Okay. It's drawing. I don't know. What do you call it? 16, I think? But I am here to talk about two amazing movies I watched today. What is it called? Project Male Harry? Something like that. Let me look. Okay, two amazing films I watched today. Project Hail Mary and the second Amazing Digital Circus. Or the eighth, sorry, I don't know why I said second. Both of them were insane. First, let's talk about Project Hail Mary. It was amazing. Awesome plotline. If you're planning on watching the movie, I would skip ahead in case you don't like spoilers and stuff. One second. Oh wait, I gotta grab a pen. Okay, so Project Hail Mary. Summary, this guy, like, high school teacher, middle school teacher, actually, I think, is, like, the sun is dying, and he knows how to save it, I think, basically, and then he's forced onto the ship as one of, like, the plot twists by the people, and he has to go and save the suns, because in the galaxy, actually, all of them are being, like, by this organism that runs off of light. I'm probably explaining this really bad. In fact, I know I'm explaining this really bad, but it doesn't matter. And then the ending is perfect. I actually just don't want to spoil it for you if you're watching it, but I know this is going to be, like, an amazing movie. Like, Grammys, whatever for amazing movies. But it just ended in a perfect way. And it was just insane. There were so many plot twists, parts where I thought they were gonna die, but then they didn't. It was amazing. And secondly, The Amazing Digital Circus, which just came out. Project Hail Mary was amazing, but when Kinger accidentally deleted Kane, what? And he cursed for the first time too, that was when, like, I knew it was all going. And that it was not going to go well. I think that Bubble has something to do with it, like, being originally able and whatnot. But it was crazy. That whole thing was just insane. And now I can't wait for episode 9, which is cool. Holy, I hate how I drew Kane there. I haven't drawn him in a while. But that whole episode is just, like, one big cliffhanger, but I don't know how they're going to wrap it all up satisfyingly. I hope they're making the next episode like an hour. Because this is just crazy, all the loose ends they have to tie up. We need, like, at least one flashback of Ribbit, because they already hired her actor, right? I mean, at least one. I only know how to draw Kinger and Kane. I mean, barely even Kane. You know? stuff in the next episode. And also I like the progress with Jax and how they just don't care that he's mean anymore. And that's like changing him. It's really interesting. I just don't, like, I don't even know what to say. I'm so excited. I'm gonna make Chubby Kinger. I always wanted that plush, but I couldn't, I just didn't want to spend the money on that at the time. But I want one very badly. Yeah, Kinger plush. Let's go. It looked so cute. I'm just so freakishly obsessed. I know it doesn't sound like it. I'm feeling it inside. That's why I'm bad at commentary, because I just think all the things inside without saying them. And, like, I really feel sad for Kane. You know, like, poor Kane, man. He didn't, like, I don't know if you heard it in his rant, but he said, I didn't ask to be created. I was just fulfilling my purpose. And that's sad. You know? Like, he's just doing his job. Like, you don't have to be so hard on him. I would have, like, just talked to him genuinely. Because it was hard. I can imagine it's hard being him. You know, they're humans, yeah. They are stuck there, but it's not his fault, is it? He's just doing what he was made to do. I would do what I was made to do if I were him. And I would love to have a purpose that I know is mine. But it must be hard for people just to completely yell at him just for trying to be nice. I mean, I know he's not doing it in the best way, but they could have told him that, told him that not in a way that's yelling at them. I feel like all conflicts can be solved with, like, talking. If not solved, then, solved. I don't know if that makes sense, but I just came here to doodle and talk about the new episode, and I did, which is good enough for me. So, thanks for watching. Please watch the new episode. It is so crazy, and I love it very much. And also watch Project Hail Mary. Amazing movie. I cannot stress enough. It's like the movies I'm going to be watching this year. I bet that it's going to be in my top because it was just insane. Okay. Thanks for watching. That was drawing, I don't know, 60. Bye.